So, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. Afraid you have me tonight. It's not Lisa. I know I've seen a few messages going around assuming that it's going to be Lisa that's going to be doing the training, so it's my turn. Be careful what you wish for. So, my name's Andy Boswell, together with my lovely wife Sue, who's on here this evening as well. We have been with our company, the #1 essential oil company in the world by far. 1 in 4 essential oils sold anywhere on the planet is actually a doTERRA essential oil, and we're going to be talking to you this evening about obviously lots of different ways to help with sleep. So let me just bear with me just while I get my screen up here and share it with you lovely people. Okay, so as we said, how to get a better night's sleep naturally, and isn't that something that many people, I think, particularly I hear a lot on social media, and people saying how they really are sort of struggling with sleep at the moment. So I think this is quite a hot topic for many people. And we've been using particularly, as we're saying here, we're going to talk about some natural methods to promote a good night's sleep, but also with essential oils. Because essential oils have been used for thousands of years, well over 5,000 years. It's been reported about essential oils being used therapeutically for us, and it's amazing how many people go for modern medicine straight away if they're not sleeping. Modern medicine's been around about 100 years. People have been using essential oils for 5,000 years, and some people call this alternative, which is a little strange when you think about it. And they've been used for meditation, aromatherapy, rituals, even religious ceremonies as well throughout the centuries. And the reason as well that we use them beneficially for our health nowadays is how potent they are and how you can really get quick results. Well, certainly the grade of essential oils that doTERRA supply produce quick results. Now, they can be absolutely fantastic to use before bedtime as well, and also just to create a great environment, whether it be throughout the day or just before you go to sleep, to actually enable you to get that better night's sleep. So without further ado, let me just move on to the next slide. Now, sleep deprivation can influence many things right throughout our lives. And we often worry, don't we, about things, about our work. I'm sure people are worrying about work for many different things nowadays as well. But we worry about our family. We worry about our general health as well. And also we forget how important sleep actually is and how it can actually affect all aspects of our life. Just getting a little bit of sound coming through here. If you can check just to make sure, Lisa, for me, that I'm just checking everybody is muted. There we go. I think that sorted it. Do apologise. Okay, so our ability to lose weight or even maintain a healthy weight can even be affected by the sleep that we actually have. So, which is an interesting observation, but it's very, very true. Now, also, probably unsurprisingly, our emotions and behaviours can be very much affected by sleep, and I'm sure a few people can maybe relate to that as well during this lockdown. Learning and motivation, I think that's certainly a factor. I know that if you don't get much sleep and you're trying to concentrate, and you have problems with cognitive, with the cognitive ability and stuff like that, it's certainly affected by sleep. And even the body's organs and overall health can be massively affected by the sleep that we actually get. And I suppose, unsurprisingly, reaction time and ability to drive safely, even though there's not a lot of that going on at the moment, all of these can come under and be influenced by a lack of sleep. Now, there's a book out there by Matthew Walker, who's a neuroscientist, and as it says, it's a bestseller. And he talks about very much in this book about sleep, some of the important aspects of it. And I thought I'd take out just a few parts that are very relevant to what we're talking about here as well. He states in the book that lack of sleep has serious health consequences, and I completely concur with that. Less than 7 hours, and he recommends 7 to 9 hours regularly that you should be getting on a daily basis. If you get less than that, then the immune system goes into crash. Okay, now that's not a good thing to be happening, obviously, because once your immune system's low, I mean, of course, Lisa was talking about the immune system for anybody that missed that a couple of weeks ago on her excellent talk. But if your immune system's low, then you're going to be getting a lot more illnesses potentially that are going to be coming your way. And very much here at doTERRA, we're about looking after the immune system. And he suggests that the serious evidence for viewing lack of sleep as a factor in the onset of depression and also schizophrenia. Okay, so it's not just a matter of I feel a bit tired, you know, it's which I'm sure many of you had that experience. It can have significant impact on your health moving forward. Do you need help falling asleep? Well, I guess some of you are on here for that particularly, because we all sometimes need a little bit of extra help. You know, I'm sure many of you, I have in the past, laying there, you try the counting sleep thing, counting sheep thing even, and nothing seems to work. And so there are many natural ways, obviously, that you can help with this. One of the main things is also maintaining a healthy diet. You know, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you know, if you get junk in, junk comes out. If you're not having a healthy diet, that can certainly have an impact on the amount of sleep that you actually get and the quality of sleep. It's also important to create a good sleeping environment. Make sure it's not too hot, not too cold. Make sure it's dark in there. I know Sue for many years was telling me to get some of these dark out, you know, the blackout curtains, and I said, no, I don't want those. Since I've got that, my sleep's been a lot better, I can assure you, you know. So, you know, but you want to make sure you don't want to be scrimping in these sort of areas. Avoid stimulants, especially before bedtime. Now, obviously, you can make your own choice of stimulants, I guess, but mainly, I mean, it could be things like, obviously, caffeine, nicotine, alcohol as well. And I know from personal, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not saying that I don't like a drink. I like a drink occasionally, as I'm sure somebody will tell you. But I do know that when I have nothing, you know, I'm sure you've had that, you have a muzzy head in the morning. It might be fine to make you drop off easier, but you don't have a great night's sleep. You feel a lot more jaded throughout the day every time. I know that to be the case. Make sure you have adequate bedding. And when I say adequate bedding, you know, have you changed your pillows lately? Have you changed your duvet lately? You know, sometimes we're not sleeping well either because our bed's not great, or you're not actually, you know, you haven't got the right tools, if you like, around you. So make sure you have adequate bedding. Some newer bedding maybe. That could be something you could need. Exercise regularly. Are you getting the exercise? Are you using your hour a day? We certainly are. Well, certainly using most of it anyway. You know, walking the dog. We're half killing the dog, but we're certainly making sure that we get the exercise that we need. And not too close to bedtime. A lot of people, they think, oh, I'll exercise, and of course then you know, everything sort of, you know, you're wide awake at that particular time. So a few common sense bits of advice. Remove distractions as well, and this could be things like, you know, tech, you know, your phones. Everybody's got screens around them, TVs and things like that. Make sure you turn them off. You know, have those off. It's proven that that can actually have a big effect in the quality of sleep that you have. Also, relax the body before bedtime. You know, bathe, have a warm bath, maybe a shower or something like that. A warm drink, obviously, as we said, without stimulants and things like that. That can make a big difference. Also, reset your internal clock. It says be regular. Now, don't take me the wrong way when I'm talking about that. I'm talking about be regular the time you go to bed. So if you get used to going to bed at midnight or 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever time it is, and the times you go to bed and get up. And I think it's really important, particularly in lockdown, that you have a structure to your day. You know, this is the time you're going to bed. That's the time that you're going to be getting up. And also use essential oils that work for you. And that's a key point, actually, to create a restful sleeping environment. Okay. Now, when we say working for you, you know, talk a little bit more about the science behind essential oils and sleep. You see, every essential oil has a different chemical makeup, and we're all different. Okay. So one essential oil will work for one person, but it may not work for another. So there sometimes needs to be a little bit of experimenting to find exactly the one that works best for you. It may be more than one or a combination of those as well. Now, when you're inhaling the essential oil, it can induce an internal response within the body for relaxation. You see, our bodies work this way. We have a positive association with certain oils. And after a restful night's sleep, the aroma has now created that positive association with the brain. Okay, does that make sense? So you find it, if it starts working, your brain goes, or your subconscious mind, if you like, goes to work with that. And that internal response can encourage a restful night's sleep. So once your body gets used to using that with sleep, you're going to have a much better night's sleep moving forward from that. And then it's just a matter of repeating. So that positive association promotes further use of that particular oil as part of a healthy sleeping routine. Now, which essential oils can help you with sleep? Now, you can see there's a lot of essential oils that are here. Bergamot, cedarwood, chamomile, cilantro, clary sage, frankincense. Frankincense, actually, that's one that's really, really good. You'll notice that I put some asterisks next to some of these. I'll explain that a little bit later. That'll become more relevant. Roman chamomile and Hawaiian sandalwood, they're absolutely fantastic ones. So each oil has different benefits and how it can help you. I mean, just to go through a few, cedarwood, this is a really warm, woody scent of cedarwood that promotes peaceful feeling that can help the mind and body unwind before bed. So that would be a great one to either put someone put on your feet, or certainly breathe that in. Perhaps something like lavender. This is probably the most common one that most people use for sleep, mainly for its calming properties. I have to tell you, when I first, it's also great for anxiety. I know we're not talking about anxiety, but just to tell you briefly, when I joined doTERRA, I was having some issues with anxiety. And like I said, lavender's great for that too. And somebody suggested to me, put a drop of lavender in the palm of your hands. I was getting a lot of tension around my neck and stomach area, real sort of tension tightening up. And they told me, they said, rub your hands together, sit back in a chair, just take a minute out of your day and just breathe in and inhale and exhale the aroma of the lavender. And you need to understand, by the way, it's a chemical constituent that's doing this. It's not just because it smells nice. Okay, I mean, to give you an example with lavender, when you breathe that in, that hits the chemical constituents within the molecules, they hit your olfactory nerve. And your olfactory nerve sends a message off to the limbic system in your brain. And the limbic system is the part of your brain that deals with feelings and emotions. And that's why it was such a calming oil. So it's very much a chemical process. And like I said, this guy said, take a minute out of your day. I didn't take a minute. I'm telling you, 30 seconds, I was so chilled out. I was completely zoned out. I thought, is this stuff legal? It was so effective. I'm sure other people, if you've got essential oils experience, or particularly with doTERRA, can maybe relate to that, who are watching this. But now I know that's about stress and anxiety that I'm talking about that, but that really can calm you down before going to sleep as well. Also, another one like ylang-ylang, as it says here, the rich floral aroma of ylang-ylang can really reduce the effects of daily stress and also promoting a calming environment as well. It's also good for other things, which I'm not going to go into at the moment. We're talking about stimulants, but you can do some extra research, and that's another webinar yet to happen, I can assure you. I'm not sure Lisa would allow that one. So how can you use essential oils to promote healthy sleep? Well, diffusion is one thing. I've actually got here, I'm not sure if you can see this behind me. You should pick this up, I'll probably end up dropping it. Got a diffuser here, you can see there's a mist coming out here. Okay, and that's actually done with ultrasonic waves. We put some water in here, add a few drops of essential oil, and then that actually does that, which is wonderful. I've got a couple of different ones there. Let me just put that back down. That changes colour, or you can turn it off, so you don't have to have the colour on while it's going at night time. So diffusion is one particular way. Warm bath or a shower, we'll look at these a little bit more individually. Pillows and bedding, that's an important area to make sure you get that right. A heating pad or a neck wrap, again, like I said, I'm just going to go through these quickly, then I'll do a bit more of explanation. Applying the essential oils topically, meaning onto your skin, and also with massage, that can certainly help. And also, believe it or not, tea. And I'll explain a bit more about that as we go through. So obviously you just, I mean, I've got in this particular one here, the diffuser, I've got in here lemon and peppermint, because that's uplifting, keeping you awake, which, trust me, I needed today. We had a long day. So, you know, different selections of oils can actually make a big difference. But when you're going to bed, you're not going to want those type of oils, because they're going to be ones that are going to keep you awake. So we would recommend, I mean, here's just an example of something that you might want to do: 3 drops of sandalwood, 3 drops of vetiver, 3 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of Roman chamomile. So that's one. You'll find lots, by the way. You know, if you go online and just simply Google this, you'll, you know, sleep blends, doTERRA and things like that. People have got some great blends out there. Here's another one: 4 drops of lavender, 3 drops of bergamot, 2 drops of patchouli, and 2 drops of ylang-ylang. So, but like I said, you'll find ones that work for you, that help you get off to sleep. Now, it may be that you want to try to have a warm bath or perhaps a shower. That can help before going. And you can see one of our brilliant blends. We have a blend called Serenity that's fantastic for sleep. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through the presentation. Now, you can add a few drops of a calming oil, a relaxing oil, or even a grounding oil to a warm bath before bedtime. That can really make a difference. That really, the steam with the water can really help calm you down. And like I said, also enter into your body, of course, through the oils in the water. So that's in a bath. Add essential oils to Epsom salt and pour them into a warm bath as well, of course. If you prefer a shower, maybe you haven't got a bath, maybe you just got a shower room or a wet room or something like that. And I know Sue's doing this at the moment. I went into the bathroom the other day, or I should say the ensuite shower room, and there was an essential oil in there, which is for the morning, for waking you up, which is wild orange, which smells absolutely brilliant. You can just put a few drops in the shower, not where the water runs, but maybe just in the corner area, so away from the running water. And you know, you can use oils that can really help with getting you to sleep. Or if you prefer, in the morning, you can use oils that can really, like wild orange and peppermint, to help you wake up as well. So whatever mood you're after, you can use oils to really help and associate with this too. Even add essential oils to your shampoo and your conditioner, because then it also gets through the follicles, gets into your hair and into your body that way. And many of the oils can be taken internally as well, including lavender. So, you know, but get it into your system. Now, pillows and bedding. This is such an important area, as I mentioned earlier. You know, when was the last time you changed them as well? Make sure that they're fit for purpose, I guess. But also add a few drops of maybe of a calming essential oil, maybe lavender, maybe some of the ones that I've mentioned here, into a spray bottle and mix it with a few ounces of water, and use that spray bottle to spritz the mixture over your pillow. So spray it all over that area, not so it's soaking, of course. You don't want that before going to sleep, and it can really help get that environment correct for you to get a much better night's sleep. Now, here's just a few suggestions. You might want to actually put in that bottle lavender and cedarwood, maybe bergamot and vetiver, or perhaps sandalwood and ylang-ylang. They work and, you know, work with each other very, very well. Another great idea is maybe having a heating pad or a neck wrap. Now, some of these can be sold online as well. I have seen some sold online. I'm sure we've had one actually at one point in the past. But here's a great little way that you can make it yourself. You don't need a lot, maybe just a kitchen towel, sewing machine, or you can hand sew, 6 cups of flaxseed or rice, and also, of course, the doTERRA essential oils. And just by folding that towel in half long ways, like hot dog style, sew around the edges of that, leaving just a 3-inch opening, and then just turn it inside out if you like, and just fill it with the flax seeds or the rice, and just sew that opening up, and then use a microwave for 2 or 3 minutes, and add 2 or 3 drops of your essential oil that you want to add to that, and that will give a brilliant aroma, also helping soak into your skin as well. Do make sure when you do microwave that, by the way, it's not too hot. The last thing you want to be doing is scalding your neck, of course, so do check that before you apply it. But there are heating pads and neck wraps you can purchase if you choose to. Also, topical application, and by saying topical application, we just mean, anytime we ever say that, we mean applying it to your skin, and also using massage in that as well. One of the best places you can apply essential oils, if you want to get it into your system, is on the bottom of your feet. And if you've never heard that before, it might sound a little strange. Certainly when you think, well, my sleeping organs are up the top end and my feet are down the bottom end, you know, where's the connection? You see, we have more pores on the bottom of our feet than we have anywhere else on the rest of our body. So that means it absorbs the oil so much better and quicker, and it also means it rises up throughout the entirety of your body. Okay, so it can be a great place to do that, and one of the quickest ways to get the essential oils into your system. But also massage is fantastic as well, you know. So if you've got a loved one, because even if you don't love them, doesn't matter. I don't know why I said that. I'm not even thinking what I'm talking about. But get somebody anyway, obviously making sure it's not your next door neighbour, social distancing and all that, but get somebody in who maybe wants to give you a massage. Neck and shoulders, okay, that's obviously a great place to start. Also the temple area here is really, really effective. Your wrists and also your shoulders, arms, back, legs and feet. It's such a relaxing way to do it. I know Sue's qualified in the aroma touch technique, and I know there are a few people that are on here, which is a fantastic way of using the oils. I remember when Sue, she wanted to use me as some sort of, I think, lab rat or something when she was learning how to do it, and she started massaging me with using this aroma touch technique. And the amount of people that go to sleep, including me, it was so, you know, the oils going into your body, and the whole aroma touch technique is absolutely fantastic. And we recommend as well, for a couple of reasons, that you mix it with a fractionated coconut oil when you're massaging it in as well, particularly if you're using it with the very young or the elderly, where they have thinner skin, just in case there's any skin sensitivity, but also it helps absorb it into your skin as well. That's not necessarily talking about the aroma touch technique, that's slightly different, but if you're just using a general massage, that was certainly what we would recommend. Also, warm teas. I mentioned about teas earlier on, and it could be things like herbal teas, chamomile, lavender, honey and lemon can be really helpful and relaxing. I'm not a lover personally of tea particularly, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be, I mean, first of all, I mean, if you love Earl Grey, you can add bergamot to your tea and turn it into an Earl Grey. Okay, a lot of people are unaware of that. Now, we would state on that they should only be CPTG quality oils, standing for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, when we're talking about internal use. Please don't take your oils that you have at home if they're not doTERRA grade and take them internally. It's because of the amount of testing that we do and the amount of quality that we do that up to 39 of our oils can be taken internally safely. Okay, but bergamot is certainly one of those that could be. And it could be, like I said, any other drink. You may prefer a different drink. In fact, I might know it sounds silly, I quite like a coffee or a warm coffee, but I make sure that always, personally, it doesn't bother me if it's decaffeinated. I've been drinking decaffeinated for years. But something that's non-stimulatory, of course. You don't want to be taking anything that's going to keep you awake, of course. That would defeat the object. So let's talk about a few doTERRA products that are good for sleep and relaxation. First of all, speaking about diffusers, you can see there's a number of diffusers. One of the most popular ones is the petal diffuser in the bottom left-hand corner. That comes with often with some of our kits, Home Essentials kit and things like that. I've also got this one here, which is lovely. They all do pretty much the same type of thing. As you can see there, that's the Lotus one. It's just a nice shape. Okay, it does the same sort of job. You know, there are quite a few different ones that are out there. And obviously you could have them in different rooms in your house as well. So the Aroma Light, Lotus Petal, Lumo, there are a couple of newer ones that we actually haven't got on this particular training that are available as well. This other one here, by the way, this is a great one. This one that I showed you first, because it actually is not just because it lights up, but you can use it so it goes for 10 minutes and then stops for 10 minutes, runs for 10 minutes, stops for 10 minutes. And the great thing about that, it'll probably last about 10 hours right throughout the night when you're sleeping. So it's actually that stop-start action is really, really useful. Also, we have, like I said, let's talk about some of the oils, and this is some of the blends as well. And this one's called Balance. This is a beautiful oil or combination of oils, which is a grounding blend. So if you are finding yourself, if you're a sort of person that is feeling, you know, up and hyper, this is one to bring you down, okay? And so many people swear by this. And I've got to be honest, right at the start of this lockdown thing, I was feeling that. I was actually getting that sort of tension, you know. I don't know why I was, but I went for balance and it did. It just sort of brought me down straight away. So this promotes a whole body sense of relaxation. So like I said, by diffusion, certainly just a few drops in your hand and breathing it in that way. It says here, evokes feelings of tranquility and balance, hence the name, I guess. And it can really, like I said, helps promote a restful environment. So add a few drops to your diffuser, applying it to your neck, bottom of your feet, and also a massage before bed, which we've already stated about. But balance is a real special blend of oils. Also, we have the doTERRA Air Blend. This often comes, it used to be called, it depends how long you've been with doTERRA and how often you've refreshed your oils, I guess. This used to be called Breathe. Okay, in the past, it's got different names. I think in Canada it's called Easy Air, but it's in Europe here, it's now called Air. And this is our respiratory blend. And boy, is this good for so many things. Maintains the feelings of clear airways and promotes a restful night's sleep. Now, I guess one of the reasons this is often said is, and there are many medical reasons, by the way, that people snore. Okay, and we're not saying that this product will cure all of them, but because it opens up the airways, so many people report either a cessation in snoring or even, you know, stopping as well. I know we can mention that, or say not us, my wife could mention that, but there's many other people as well that have used it and come back with similar sorts of results. So certainly would promote a restful night's sleep. So again, applying it topically to the chest, your back, bottoms of your feet is really useful, and of course diffusing at night time as well. I could tell you stories where, like I said, you know, when my wife Sue, after I used it for the first night, reported an 80% reduction in the snoring, which was amazing. So also we have a doTERRA Serenity Restful Blend. This is one of my favorite blends out there, particularly for sleep. That's why I really wanted to come on this particular week and do something about sleep, because this is absolutely fantastic. You have the oil that's there as well, and also, and where lavender's great, this is particularly good for, and it's got lots of different oils in there, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, which is quite important. But it promotes relaxation, restful sleeping, and lessens the feeling of tension, calms emotions, and really just does soothe your senses. So it's really, you know, many of the oils are good for, shall we say, like lavender is great for sleep, but it's great for so many things. It's a very versatile oil. This just focuses in on sleep, and because of that, they put lots of different oils in there that are really going to help that. And you know, you can use, again, placing a few drops of the actual oil into your diffuser. Apply it to your chest, bottoms of your feet, back and neck again, or just inhale from your hands. Also by adding a few drops to a bath, which we've discussed, but also using it in combination with the Serenity soft gels. I've actually got a bottle here just so you can see these as well. These have got some great oils in there, and I'll talk about them in a minute. So they come just like that. I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go. And you can just pop that, like I said, with the grade of oils that we do, these can be used internally, which can make a big, big difference and can really help if you take that with the oil as well. Now we have, and it's worth just talking about, if you're, you know, maybe you're looking at this for the first time, you may not know anything about essential oils. I'm just going to spend a minute or two just talking about, this is what we call, if you like, it's our top 10 essential oils, or if you like, your alternative medicine cabinet. Okay, these things, you know, they cover so many things. You can see oregano, most people think that's just a cooking spice. It's actually a really powerful essential oil, and it's nature's most powerful antibiotic. Melaleuca, great for skin, nail care, hair care. Not for me so much. My hair went way before I joined doTERRA, and not found anything that will make it grow back yet. On Guard, that's particularly what Lisa was talking about a couple of weeks ago. That is our protective blend. That's one that's really, really good for looking after your immune system. And also frankincense, which is known as the king of oils. And as you'll see, they're all known as, those first four are particularly good for immune support as well. You've also got lemon. Lemon is fantastic for cleaning. Also great, as I said, for uplifting mood. It's why I'm happy, because I'm diffusing lemon at the moment. Also, it's a great one for cleaning around the house. Lavender, we've already spoken about. These are our core oils. So lavender is one that we've already mentioned about. It's great for sleep, skin issues, seasonal threats as well. Peppermint, fantastic for focus. Really good as an energy booster as well. And also it can be used for head tension, headaches as well. We mentioned about, it used to be called Breathe, now called Air. All things respiratory, great night's sleep, as you can see mentioned there, snoring as well. And even it can go down to digestion blends, as you can see towards the end, and also Deep Blue, which is certainly absolutely fantastic for muscle and joint issues. Anybody has a joint condition, we'd always recommend Deep Blue. So essential oils can be used for numbers of things, not just for sleep. Sleep's just one particular factor that it's absolutely brilliant with. Now, there are ways you can get hold of these oils, and we just want you to come on and listen to what we've got to say. But if you are interested, okay, there's never any obligation on this, but if you are interested in getting hold of some of these products and so they can help you, there are two ways, and you can see either wholesale or retail. And on the right hand side, we're talking about retail here, and that's just the way you buy from any website. You get your normal prices, no discounts, no obligation to share a product, but it's full price. Okay, there's no free oils or anything like that. But on the left hand side here, you've got wholesale membership, and there's so many benefits, and I'm just going to touch on a few of these. By becoming a wholesale customer, you get at least 25% off of the retail price. Now that can rise up to 55% if you take part in some of our other loyalty promotions as well, but a minimum of 25% off. It works a little bit like a Costco account. If you know a Costco and you've been there, these out of town great big sort of warehouses full of product, you spend a small yearly fee and you can get them all at wholesale price. By buying wholesale, you can get discounted, free shipping options, opportunities to get, just by ordering your oils, you can often find you get free oils each month as well. I mean, there is an income option, but that's purely an option. But it's really a matter that, like I said, it's the best way to purchase. And it's really inexpensive to become a wholesale customer. It's just £24 plus carriage, okay, for the year. And to renew that, I believe it's around about £20, and they give you a free bottle of peppermint each year as well, which is worth more than the renewal. Okay, so it really is just like a very small amount just to get 25, and it can go up to the equivalent of 55% off of the retail price of the product. So that is the best way to do it. We know for a fact, by the way, if you buy more than one oil in a year, on average, if you buy 2 or more oils, you find that you cover your cost, and it's more beneficial to purchase wholesale than it is by purchasing retail. Now, just going to go through some of the kit options that we have if it's something that you're interested in. We have obviously all those 10 core oils that I just touched on there. You can get all of those oils, okay, and also 2 sets of beadlets and the fantastic doTERRA Essentials book, which is a brilliant book. It's a 122-page full color glossy document that tells you about all of our products, how they work and how to use them. And this also has, like I said, all of them, including the lavender as well, of course. And it's a brilliant price actually for this, £122. But the great thing is, it's the £24 wholesale customer membership that we mentioned a minute or so ago that you need to get your discount. That's included in the price, so you don't have to pay that on top. So just £122. Brilliant, brilliant offer. And that's a great way of starting. It's not the most popular way that people start if they want to get hold of a kit. Most people, if they want to start with a kit, they actually go for this option, which is the most popular starter kit, which is the Home Essentials kit. And the reason for this is you still get the same doTERRA Essentials book, but also with this you get the doTERRA Petal Diffuser, which retails at around about £50 here in the UK. Okay, you get that included, but the big difference is here, even though it still has the same 10 core oils, is all bar the Deep Blue, these are 15ml bottles. So there's actually 3 times as much oil in these than the actual on the Family Essentials kit. And you probably think, well, if it's 3 times as much oil and plus you've got the diffuser, you're probably expecting a big price. Well, the amazing thing is it's less than twice the price of the Family Essentials kit. So 3 times as much oil, the diffuser, the book, and it's not even, like I said, it's not even double the price of the Family Essentials kit. That's why it's the most popular. Not only that, that's a saving of over £140 than if you bought all of these individually for the recommended retail price. Okay, so that's a great saving there straight away. And here's an offer for you as well. Why not add a sleep combo bundle to either kit? Okay, these are like your, you know, this gives you a fantastic base to get started. But if you're particularly on here this evening and you want some extra boost, why not add, in fact, I'll go on to that in a second. I've nearly forgot I put in this slide again, and there's a good reason for it. We've had this slide a little bit earlier. You remember we were speaking about all of the essential oils that are great for you. And you'll notice I did mention about putting an asterisk next to them, and I said I'll mention that later. I nearly forgot as we were going through there. But all of those there are in, those 7 oils are all in the doTERRA Serenity Restful Blend, all in this one and the oil. Okay, cedarwood, ylang-ylang, lavender, marjoram, Roman chamomile, Hawaiian sandalwood, and vetiver. Now, the amazing thing is I went through and added those up, and at wholesale price, okay, at the wholesale price, if you wanted all of those oils, and there's some really expensive oils in there, some really high quality ones, that would cost you, to get all of those bottles, £222, okay? But they're all in the doTERRA Serenity Restful Blend. Now, if you wanted a bundle, okay, to be added there, normally that would be £57 if you bought them separately. However, if you buy them together, you can add this bundle of the actual complex here and also the oil for just £46, okay? And I guess it's up to you to think what good price of a good night's sleep. You know, that's your choice to make as well. You know, obviously we've been giving you plenty of advice. Hopefully you found some of that useful sort of during this presentation. So if you're not with doTERRA, here are the options, I guess, that you've got to get you started. You can be a wholesale customer, okay? Just £24 gives you 25% off initially off all of the prices, and that can, like I said, rise up to the equivalent of 55% over time. But of course, there's no oils included in that, and you want to get some product, I would imagine, that's going to help you. Secondly, Family Essentials Kit. That was the first one that we mentioned. Great little user kit. These are 5 ml bottles, so there's around about 80 drops in each bottle. Plus you get the peppermint and the On Guard beadlets, and also the doTERRA Essential book as well. Thirdly, the most popular kit that people actually join doTERRA with, and the reason for that is that it has All Bar the Deep Blue, 3 times as much oil, plus the diffuser, plus the doTERRA Essentials book for $239, which is great value. Like I said, that's £140 saving on the total retail price there if bought individually. And of course, the sleep combo bundle that I've just mentioned there, that you could add to any one of the first 3 options there, should you choose to add that to a kit, and to really help you start getting a good night's sleep. So that is pretty much it for this evening, everybody. Not bad, 40 minutes for me. Anybody knows me knows that's pretty brief for me. So let me take everything off mute, so just bear with me 1 second.